On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Laboratory.
A workplace for doing scientific research or teaching science, a lab.
Examples:
Laboratory accident. Anthropology laboratory. Animal protection groups call for an end to animal testing in a laboratory.
Engagement.
A mutual promise to marry someone, an agreement to do something, especially at a particular time.
Examples:
A prior engagement. Break off an engagement. They selected a gorgeous diamond engagement ring.
Resonate.
To be filled with a deep echoing sound.
Examples:
Deeply resonate with the consumers. Resonate in the same frequency. The sound resonates well in this theater.
Intention.
Something you want to do and are going to do.
Examples:
Intention behind his decision. Clear intention. Our CEO's intentions are always transparent and straightforward.
Motivation.
The reason or enthusiasm for acting or behaving in a particular way.
Examples:
Understand his motivation. Motivation for a change. A significant amount of motivation is required to be a teacher.
Resonance.
A deep, full, or reverberating sound or tone, a quality or feeling of a particular emotional or mental vibration or significance, a mutual or sympathetic connection or correspondence between two things.
Examples:
Resonance frequency. Harmonic resonance. The singer's voice filled the auditorium with beautiful resonance.
Blink.
To shut and open the eyes quickly, to gleam or glow in a regular or intermittent way.
Examples:
Blink his eyes. Blink in astonishment. He blinked in the dazzling sunlight.
Intuit.
To understand or know something instinctively or without conscious reasoning, to perceive or apprehend something immediately or intuitively.
Examples:
Intuit the motive. Intuit a solution. From her experience with similar projects, she could intuit the most efficient way to complete the task.
Stance.
A way of thinking about something, especially expressed publicly, attitude or position of a standing person or animal.
Examples:
Change her stance. The batting stance. He continued to support her political stance.
Subjective.
Based on a personal perspective or feeling rather than an unbiased or objective view, influenced by personal opinions, interpretations, or feelings.
Examples:
subjective opinion, subjective interpretation. The concept of time is subjective and can feel longer or shorter depending on the situation.
Core.
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
The core of an apple. Core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Autism.
A developmental disorder characterized by difficulties in social interaction, verbal and nonverbal communication.
Examples:
High-functioning autism. Autism spectrum disorder. There is no cure for autism, but early intervention and therapy can improve outcomes for individuals with the condition.
Residential.
Relating to, suitable for, or used for living in.
Examples:
A residential district. Residential property. The city's residential area is known for its quiet streets and beautiful homes.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Devastating.
Causing a great deal of destruction or damage.
Examples:
Have devastating effects. Treat this devastating disease. This typhoon was the most devastating in years.
Profound.
Extremely great, sensed or experienced very strongly, displaying a high level of knowledge or comprehension.
Examples:
A profound book. The profound depths of the sea. My mother's illness had a profound impact on us all.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Disability.
A physical or mental condition that makes it difficult for someone to do some things that other people do.
Examples:
A disability pension. A learning disability. Listening to music at a high volume may lead to a hearing disability.
Extraordinary.
Exceptional, unexpected, very unusual, surpassing the ordinary or usual.
Examples:
Extraordinary ability. Extraordinary weather. He narrated the extraordinary story of his adventure.
Isolate.
To physically or socially separate someone or something from other people or things.
Examples:
Isolate a compound. Isolate a patient. You should not isolate them from the community.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples.
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Commotion.
A state of confused and noisy disturbance.
Examples.
A few minutes of commotion. Make commotion. The commotion in the classroom made it hard for the teacher to teach.
Ceiling.
A room's top interior surface.
Examples.
Ceiling board. Ceiling light. There was a crack in the ceiling that I found.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples.
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Repetition.
The act of doing or saying something many times.
Examples.
Repetition of the word. Habitual repetition. Repetition is the mother of all learning.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples.
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Stimulate.
To encourage something to develop or become more active, to stir the feelings or emotions.
Examples.
Stimulate the economy. Stimulate the nervous system. The book stimulated my imagination.
Nowhere.
Not in, at, or to any place, not anywhere.
Examples.
Nowhere else to go. Come out of nowhere. I've been thinking all day and getting nowhere.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples.
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Disrupt.
To prevent or stop something, especially an event, activity, or process, from continuing in the usual way by causing a problem or disturbance.
Examples.
Disrupt a well-ordered condition. Disrupt sleep. I'm so sorry to disrupt you when you're pretty busy.
Survival.
The state of continuing to exist or live, frequently in the face of difficulty or danger.
Examples:
Survival ability. Survival food. He evaluated his chances for survival rather pessimistically.
Inherit.
To receive money, property, or a title from someone after they have died.
Examples:
Inherit estate. Inherit ancestral property. After his death, his sons inherited his business.
Evolution.
A gradual process of transformation of living things.
Examples:
Human evolution. Evolution theory. They study the evolution of the universe.
Utter.
Complete, total, or absolute, said, done, or experienced without any exceptions or qualifications, spoken aloud or enunciated very clearly and distinctly, verb, to speak or articulate words, sounds, or a voice.
Examples:
Utter nonsense. Utter a big sigh. The utter chaos of the concert crowd made it seem like a wild animal was in the room.
Fragility.
The quality of being easily broken, damaged, or destroyed, the state of being delicate or vulnerable.
Examples:
Fragility of life. Emotional fragility. The fragility of the glass required careful handling during shipping.
Caregiving.
The act of providing care and support for someone who is ill, disabled, or elderly.
Examples:
Caregiving process. Caregiving responsibilities. She devoted her life to caregiving, looking after her aging parents.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Endow.
To give a quality, ability, or asset to a person or institution.
Examples:
Endow him with the power. Endow the scholarship. Some people believe that human is endowed with reason and capable of distinguishing good from evil.
Mechanism.
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Orient.
To position or adjust someone or something for a particular purpose. Noun, the countries of Asia.
Examples:
Orient my thinking. The exotic flavor of the Orient. She took a moment to orient herself in the unfamiliar city.
Prefer.
To like, choose, or want one thing or person better than another.
Examples:
Prefer physics to chemistry. Prefer a window seat. The birds prefer open water areas with reeds around them.
Mutual.
Common to or shared by two or more parties.
Examples:
Share of a mutual fund. Mutual efforts. They cooperated for their mutual benefit.
Reinforce.
To strengthen or support something, especially by adding another material to it, to make a motion, idea, etc. stronger.
Examples:
Reinforce the military. Reinforce good behavior. We should reinforce the troops at the front line.
Choreography.
The art and technique of arranging dance movements and patterns in a work of ballet or modern dance, the sequence of movements and positions in a dance.
Examples:
Original choreography. Choreography art. The dance performance featured intricate choreography.
Importance.
The quality of being important and worthy of note.
Examples:
A man of importance. High importance. I stopped by the branch though I have no business of importance.
Emergence.
The process or fact of coming into existence or becoming apparent.
Examples:
Emergence as a national leader. Re-emergence of rampant inflation. The emergence of a new virus can cause concern for public health.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Invisible.
Impossible or nearly impossible to see.
Examples:
An invisible asset. Invisible stars. The phenomenon is invisible at optical wavelengths.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Gaze.
To stare at something or someone for an extended period of time, usually out of surprise or adoration, or because you are thinking about something else.
Examples:
Gaze steadily at his face. Gaze absently out a window. The youngster was gazed by the beast.
Directional.
Relating to or indicating orientation, having a certain course, related to the management or control of an organization in a particular direction.
Examples:
directional antenna, directional sound. The airplane's new directional radar system allowed for safer and more efficient travel.
Cue.
A signal, gesture, or action that provides information or direction for someone else to act or respond, a reminder or prompt for someone to do something.
Examples:
Cue card, visual cue. The director gave the actor a cue to begin the scene.
Attitude.
The way you think and feel about someone or something.
Examples:
attitude toward mistakes, attitude control. She had the attitude that work was fun.
Acquire.
To buy or obtain something such as an asset, object, knowledge, etc., for oneself.
Examples:
acquire knowledge, acquire a new company. Children acquire language at a fantastic rate.
Realm.
A domain of activity, interest, or knowledge.
Examples:
public realm, beyond the realm of possibility. Her passions are in the realm of real-world political affairs.
Interaction.
The act of connecting with someone, mainly when working, playing, or spending time with them.
Examples:
the interaction between man and his environment. Interaction among human beings. The interaction of the two groups is good for brainstorming.
Oblivious.
Not aware of something, especially what is happening around you, forgetful.
Examples:
oblivious of his promise. Oblivious to our response. She was so engrossed in her work that she was oblivious to her surroundings.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Recoil.
To spring or flinch back, as in surprise, fear, or pain.
Examples:
recoil in horror. Recoil from a snake. The gun recoiled with a loud bang.
Literally.
In the real or original meaning of a word or phrase, in a literal sense or way, not figuratively.
Examples:
translate literally. Bite his tongue literally. He literally jumped out of his chair when he heard the news.
Penetrate.
To pass into or through something, often by overcoming resistance.
Examples:
penetrate a cell. Penetrate quickly into the skin. Western ideology slowly penetrates through the Eastern countries.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples.
Chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Intuitive.
Obtained through feelings rather than facts or proof.
Examples.
Intuitive eating. Intuitive judgment. I had an intuitive feeling that I might be pregnant.
Effortless.
Requiring little or no effort, not difficult or strenuous, easy to accomplish.
Examples.
Effortless victory. Effortless beauty. The dancer made her performance look effortless and graceful.
Wisdom.
The quality of being wise, or the ability to use your knowledge and experience to make sensible decisions.
Examples.
A fountain of wisdom. Wisdom literature. The community greatly respected and sought after the older adult's wisdom.
Mediate.
To try to bring about an agreement or understanding between people who are in conflict.
Examples.
Mediate allergic reaction. Mediate a negotiation. The teacher had to mediate a disagreement between two students over a stolen pencil.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples.
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Phylogenetics.
The study of the evolutionary relationships and history of organisms based on comparisons of their genetic sequences and other biological characteristics.
Examples.
Biogeographical phylogenetics. Phylogenetics tree. Her research focuses on molecular phylogenetics, which uses gene sequences to study evolutionary relationships.
Cousin.
The child of your aunt or uncle.
Examples.
Cross-cousin marriage. Cousin's family. I used to play with my younger male cousins when I was a little girl.
Hierarchy.
A system in which people or things are organized into different levels of importance from highest to lowest.
Examples.
Top of the hierarchy. Hierarchy of folders. She has taken a step up in the organizational hierarchy.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples.
Economic threat. Environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Context.
The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples.
Historical context. Legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision.
Attract.
To draw or entice someone or something towards them through the qualities they have, especially positive ones.
Examples.
Attract attention. Attract customers. The government is eager to attract international investment.
Dichotomy.
A division or contrast between two things that are or are represented as being opposed or entirely different. A sharp contrast between two opposing and mutually exclusive categories or concepts.
Examples.
Moral dichotomy. Psychological dichotomy. The dichotomy between good and evil is common in literature and philosophy.
Division.
The act or outcome of splitting into separate parts, a critical organizational unit or sector.
Examples.
Cellular division. Division chief. Which division of the company do you work in?
Diverge.
To move or extend in different directions from a common point, to branch off or deviate from a path or course.
Examples.
Diverge from tradition. Diverge from the main topic. As tectonic plates diverge, new oceanic crust is formed along mid-ocean ridges.
Deterministic.
Characterized by an assumption of cause and effect and the absence of chance or randomness, often used to describe scientific or engineering calculations.
Examples.
Deterministic approach. Deterministic system. The deterministic algorithm always produces the same result for a given input.
Determinant.
A factor, circumstance, or condition that contributes to the shaping, influencing, or determining of a particular outcome or result.
Examples.
Environmental determinant. A determinant of crop yields. One determinant of success is having a positive attitude and a strong work ethic.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples.
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples.
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Disorder.
An untidy state or a lack of organization, a physical condition or illness that causes problems with how a section of the body or brain functions.
Examples:
The files are in complete disorder. People with bipolar disorder. The doctor prescribed some medicine for the mental disorder.
Broad.
Very wide, general.
Examples:
Attract broad attention. A broad mind. He accumulated wealth across a broad spectrum of assets.
Spectrum.
An ordered array of colors into which a light beam can be split.
Examples:
A broad spectrum of opinion. Infrared spectrum. This device displayed the speech spectrum spectrographically.
Profoundly.
To a great or complete degree, deeply.
Examples:
Profoundly insightful. Sleep profoundly. The novel affected her profoundly, causing her to question her beliefs and values.
Disabled.
Having a physical or mental condition that limits someone's specific actions that most other people can do.
Examples:
A disabled veteran. A learning disabled child. She was disabled in a car accident.
Observe.
To watch or notice something carefully, often to gather information or insights, to take note of something or someone, to celebrate or commemorate a special event or occasion.
Examples:
Observe a tradition. Observe wildlife. It is important to observe safety procedures in the workplace to prevent accidents.
Periphery.
The outer edge or margin of something, especially a geographical area or a group of people.
Examples:
Around the periphery. Periphery countries. The factory was located on the city's periphery, away from residential areas.
Fence.
A structure, usually made of wood or metal, that encloses an area, typically for protection or to keep animals or people in or out. A dealer in stolen property.
Examples:
Fence post. A brushwood fence. She planted a hedge to serve as a natural fence around her garden.
Repeatedly.
Again and again, many times.
Examples:
Use cell phone repeatedly. Repeatedly nod. He claims that his legitimate requests were repeatedly ignored.
Relentless.
Persistent and determined, continuing despite difficulties or setbacks.
Examples:
Relentless attack. Face relentless pressure. The athlete's relentless training paid off in the end.
Awkward.
Making you feel uncomfortable or embarrassed, causing inconvenience or difficulty.
Examples:
An awkward expression. An awkward date. The awkward design of the interface made the operation difficult.
Fashion.
A style that is popular at a particular time or place, the state of being popular.
Examples:
Go out of fashion. New fashion trends. That style is no longer in fashion.
Immediate.
Happening or done without delay or occurring shortly after something else.
Examples:
Take immediate effect. The immediate past. Both forts were subject to immediate attacks.
Prevalent.
Existing very commonly in a particular area or in a specific time.
Examples:
Prevalent in Japan. Prevalent belief. This virus is prevalent in many tropical nations.
Societal.
Relating to society or social relationships.
Examples:
Societal norms. Societal expectations. The societal pressure to conform is strong in this community.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll. Rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Associate.
To mentally connect someone or something with someone or something else.
Examples:
Associate alcohol with gambling. Associate with people widely. The majority of consumers associate this brand with quality.
Adolescent.
A young person who is in the process of developing from a child into an adult.
Examples:
Adolescent girl. Pre-adolescent children. Timely education about birth control might help reduce adolescent pregnancies.
Severely.
Very badly or seriously.
Examples:
Severely burned arm. Criticize him severely. Her company was severely affected by the bank's failure.
Wrap.
To cover or enclose something entirely with paper, cloth, or other material.
Examples:
Wrap a fish in foil. Wrap up a meeting. Wrap the bandage tightly around the injured arm.
Intensive.
Involving a lot of work or activity in a short time.
Examples:
Intensive agriculture. Intensive care. The construction industry is labor-intensive, although it has been somewhat automated by introducing large machinery.
Excess.
An amount or quantity beyond what is acceptable, expected, or reasonable.
Examples:
Lose excess weight. An excess of exports. The road of access leads to the palace of wisdom.
Treatment.
The way in which someone deals with or behaves towards someone or something, medical care provided to a patient for an injury or illness.
Examples:
First aid treatment. Treatment by diet. The primary purpose of the treatment is pain relief.
Pathway.
A track that constitutes or serves as a path, an approach, or a way of doing something.
Examples:
Pathway to understanding. Cellular signaling pathways. When the first molecule in the pathway receives a signal, it activates other molecules.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Intervene.
To intentionally get involved in a situation to improve it or prevent it from getting worse.
Examples:
Intervene in a dispute. Intervene between quarreling parties. Following international law, our country does not intervene in the internal affairs of our neighbors.
Notion.
A general idea or understanding of something, particularly an abstract or complex concept, a belief or opinion, often one that is not based on solid evidence or facts.
Examples:
Notion of success. Vague notion. The notion of time travel has long fascinated scientists and fiction writers alike.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Attenuate.
To weaken or reduce the intensity of something, such as a sound, feeling, or substance, to make something thinner or less dense.
Examples:
Attenuate the signal. Attenuate the power. The scientist was able to attenuate the virus by altering its genetic code.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Malleable.
Able to be easily shaped, molded, or manipulated, particularly in a physical or metaphorical sense, capable of being adapted or changed according to different circumstances or situations.
Examples:
Malleable clay. Malleable attitude. Gold is a malleable metal that can be easily shaped into different forms.
Diminish.
To reduce or be reduced in size, extent, or importance, to make something smaller, weaker, etc.
Examples:
Diminish a reputation. Diminish swelling. As people get old, their energies may diminish.
Considerably.
To a significant extent or degree, noticeably, substantially.
Examples:
Considerably larger. Considerably improve. The new marketing campaign considerably increased sales for the company.
Median.
The value separating the higher half from the lower half of a set of values arranged in order of size.
Examples:
Median age at diagnosis. A median strip. Median annual income fell last year in this country.
Diagnose.
To determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a careful analysis.
Examples:
Diagnose the problem. Diagnose with CT scans. This device is used to diagnose brain cancer and other tumors.
Disadvantage.
A drawback or a negative aspect of something. Verb, to put someone or something in an unfavorable position.
Examples:
The disadvantage of a plan. Disadvantage small businesses. A lack of education can be a significant disadvantage in today's job market.
Population.
The total number of people in a country, region, or location.
Examples:
Population change. Labor population. In just 4 years, the population has doubled.
Clinical.
Of or relating to the examination and treatment of patients rather than theoretical or laboratory studies.
Examples:
Clinical surgery. Participate in clinical trials. She received special clinical training at the hospital.
Rural.
Of or relating to the countryside.
Examples:
Rural accents. People in rural areas. Many rural areas are still impoverished.
Minority.
The smaller part of a group, especially a number or part representing less than half of the whole, a period before adult legal age.
Examples:
A minority position. Number of minority students. Some ethnic minority groups experience discrimination in society.
Condemn.
To express strong disapproval or criticism of something.
Examples:
Condemn violence. Condemn crime. The government was condemned for its handling of the crisis.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
Severe heat. A severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Bioethics.
The study of ethical issues related to life sciences and healthcare, particularly those related to the moral implications of scientific advances in medicine and biology.
Examples:
Bioethics Committee. Bioethics research. Using animals in medical research raises complex questions about bioethics and animal welfare.
Imperative.
Very important or requiring attention or action.
Examples:
Moral imperative. Imperative need. It is imperative for politicians to be effective communicators.
Relevance.
The state or degree of being closely connected or appropriate to the matter at hand.
Examples:
Have no relevance. Relevance category. The relevance of this information to the current situation needs to be investigated.
Afford.
To have enough money or time to be able to buy or do something.
Examples:
Afford to buy a new car. Afford a high travel cost. He cannot afford a holiday.
Lifetime.
The duration of someone's life or of something's existence.
Examples:
Lifetime benefits. Lifetime ban form the sport. She had lived through 2 world wars in her lifetime.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Gene.
The fundamental unit of heredity and the sequence of nucleotides in DNA that codes for the creation of RNA or protein.
Examples:
Gene expression, gene cloning. A defective gene is responsible for the disease.
Anomaly.
Something or someone that deviates from what is expected or normal, often in a way that is difficult to explain or understand.
Examples:
Anomaly detection, global temperature anomaly. The sudden drop in the stock market was an anomaly that puzzled many investors.
Liability.
A legal or financial responsibility or obligation.
Examples:
Liability insurance, liability for military service. The company is facing a potential liability of millions of dollars due to the lawsuit.
Syndrome.
A group of signs and symptoms that occur together and are characteristic of a particular condition or disorder.
Examples:
Syndrome of dementia, acute syndrome. The patient was diagnosed with a rare genetic syndrome.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent, recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Homogeneity.
The quality or state of being homogeneous, uniformity in composition or character.
Examples:
Soil homogeneity, genetic homogeneity. The lack of diversity in the boardroom highlights the homogeneity of the company's leadership.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Convert.
To turn something into a different form, to transform.
Examples:
Convert fat into energy. Convert base 10 to base 16. I want to convert my sadness into strength.
Interact.
To communicate or react with somebody.
Examples:
Interact directly with customers. Interact with one another. He should interact more with his colleagues.
Engaging.
Attracting, pleasant, or charming.
Examples:
Engaging story. An engaging smile. She was disbarred for her engaging in fraud.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Embrace.
To accept something willingly and enthusiastically. Noun, the act of clasping another person in the arms as in greeting or affection.
Examples:
Embrace an opportunity. A warm embrace. The woods embrace the house.
Sophisticated.
Having a great deal of worldly experience and knowledge of people's behavior, culture, and fashion.
Examples:
Sophisticated look. A sophisticated lifestyle. Marketing strategies are growing more sophisticated.
Funnel.
A tube or pipe that is wide at the top, sloping sides, narrow at the bottom, used for pouring liquids or powders into a small opening, a smokestack on a ship or steam engine.
Examples:
Separatory funnel. A funnel-shaped device. We have to use a funnel to pour petrol into the tank.
Frame.
A strong border or structure of the wood, metal, etc. that surrounds something such as a picture, door, or window.
Examples:
A picture frame. The frame of the policy. The detective looked for fingerprints on the window frame.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Scan.
To examine something hastily, with the eyes or with a machine, to get information.
Examples:
Scan the face of a man. Scan a document into PDF. She stood on the podium and scanned an audience.
Emotion.
A strong feeling such as love, anger, etc., deriving from one's situation, mood, or relationships with others.
Examples:
Control my emotion. Afraid to show emotion. Some emotions are common across cultures and backgrounds.
Expression.
The act of conveying thoughts, feelings, or ideas using words, facial expressions, body language, or art, a look or gesture that conveys a particular emotion or mood.
Examples:
Artistic expression. Expression of interest. His facial expression showed a mix of surprise and confusion.
Revolve.
To rotate around a central point.
Examples:
Revolve at high speed. Revolve around a central axis. The Earth revolves around the Sun in an elliptical orbit.
Divergence.
The act or process of separating and moving in different directions, a difference or variance between two or more things or ideas, a deviation from a common or shared path or goal.
Examples:
Divergence angle. Ideological divergence. The divergence in opinions among the team members led to a delay in completing the project.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Specialized.
Possessing or relating to specific knowledge or skills that are unique to a particular field or task, designed or intended for a particular purpose or function.
Examples:
Specialized knowledge. Specialized equipment. The hospital has many specialized departments, including cardiology and oncology.
Peer.
A person who has the same age, status, or ability.
Examples:
Peer group. Peer review. Among young people, peer pressure can be pretty influential.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Pediatrics.
The branch of medicine that deals with the care and treatment of children.
Examples:
Pediatrics department. Pediatrics clinic. I am studying pediatrics in medical school because I love working with children.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Chart.
A visual display of information such as a diagram, lists of figures, etc., a map designed to assist navigation by air or sea.
Examples:
A weather chart. A statistical chart. This pie chart represents our market share.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Axis.
A real or imaginary straight line through a body or figure around which the object turns, a group of countries in special alliance.
Examples:
Vertical axis. A coordinate axis. The Earth's axis of rotation is tilted 66.5 degrees to the ecliptic plane.
Remains.
The leftover parts or pieces of something that have been destroyed, removed, or consumed, the physical or biological remains of a deceased person, plant, animal.
Examples:
Remains of a building. Human remains. The remains of the ancient civilization can still be seen in the city's ruins.
Stable.
Firm and steady, not easily moved, disturbed, or changed.
Examples:
In stable condition. Have a stable job. Relations between the two countries have been relatively stable due to the summit meeting.
Initial.
Of or happening at the beginning, noun, the first letter of a word, especially a person's name.
Examples:
Initial velocity. An initial letter. They took the initial step toward reconciliation.
Reflex.
An automatic and unthinking response to a particular stimulus, a physical reaction to external stimuli.
Examples:
Reflex test. Knee reflex. My leg kicked involuntarily when the doctor tapped my knee with the reflex hammer.
Traction.
The action or ability to pull something along a surface without sliding.
Examples:
Increased traction on ice. Electronic traction. His leg was in traction for weeks after the accident.
Stimulus.
Something that causes growth or arouses action.
Examples:
A response to a stimulus. Economic stimulus. This book provides children with ideas and a stimulus for outside recreation.
Exert.
To put forth effort, to put into action, to bring into play.
Examples:
Exert control. Exert influence. He exerted himself to lift the heavy weight.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples:
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Navigate.
To plan and direct the way that a ship, plane, etc. will travel, often by using a map.
Examples:
Navigate the Pacific. Navigate through a document. Our knowledge helps navigate our clients successfully.
Segregate.
To separate or set apart from others, often based on race, gender, or some other characteristic.
Examples:
segregate by race. Segregate boys and girls. The school board decided to segregate students by the ability to meet their needs better.
Emerge.
To move out of or away from something and become visible.
Examples:
emerge as a butterfly. Emerge from poverty. During colonial eras, new migratory patterns emerged.
Measured.
Done with careful consideration or calculated precision, controlled or regulated in manner or speech, deliberate and thoughtful.
Examples:
measured analysis. Measured tone of voice. Her measured response to the criticism showed her ability to remain calm and composed under pressure.
Evolutionary.
Relating to or denoting how living things develop or change from earlier forms.
Examples:
ecology and evolutionary biology. The evolutionary process. Evolutionary algorithms can find ways to optimize that humans do not anticipate.
Conserve.
To protect something, especially the natural environment or culture, from change, damage, or destruction.
Examples:
means to conserve energy. Conserve coal resources. Children must be taught to conserve our natural environment.
Emerging.
Starting to exist, mature, or become well known.
Examples:
emerging country. Emerging technologies. Emerging technologies have dramatically improved productivity in various industries.
Detection.
The act of discovering or identifying the presence of something.
Examples:
detection by the security software. Importance of early detection. This smartphone has a collision detection function.
Naught.
A numerical value representing zero or no quantity, nothingness.
Examples:
not percent. Not to fear. The company's profits were reduced to naught due to unexpected expenses.
Device.
A piece of equipment, tool, or technology that serves a particular purpose or function, often mechanical or electronic.
Examples:
electronic device. Tracking device. I always carry a backup device in case my phone runs out of battery.
Deploy.
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples:
deploy troops for battle. Deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Trench.
A long, deep ditch made in the ground, usually parallel to a plate boundary and marking a subduction zone. A long ditch built in the ground for carrying away water.
Examples:
Deep sea trench. Trench excavator. A trench was being dug alongside the road by workers.
Primary.
First or highest in rank, order, or importance, most fundamental or essential, pertaining to the initial or introductory stage of something, such as a school year or election cycle.
Examples:
Primary school. Primary education. The primary cause of the accident was due to the icy road conditions.
Physician.
A medical doctor who practices medicine.
Examples:
The advice of the physician. Consult with a physician. She visited the local physician to seek treatment for her persistent headache.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Universal.
Existing or affecting everywhere or everyone.
Examples:
Universal life. Principles of universal design. The picture earned near universal acclaim from critics.
Immoral.
Not conforming to accepted society standards of honesty or morality.
Examples:
Immoral behavior. Politically immoral. It is immoral to cheat on a test.
Infrastructure.
The basic systems, services, or features that are necessary for an organization or country, such as transport and power supplies.
Examples:
IT infrastructure. Infrastructure cost. Aging societies tend to require huge costs for infrastructure maintenance.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
Intervention by foreign powers. Surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Screening.
The process of evaluating or testing individuals or objects to determine their suitability or potential problems, a showing of a film or movie for a select group of viewers before its general release.
Examples:
Screening tool. Health screening. His company requires employees to undergo a screening process.
Rejuvenate.
To make someone or something look or feel younger, fresher, or more lively.
Examples:
Rejuvenate a downtown area. Rejuvenate energy. The spa treatment promised to rejuvenate her skin and leave her feeling refreshed.
Intractable.
Difficult to manage or control, stubborn or obstinate.
Examples:
Intractable pain. Intractable situation. The intractable problem defied a solution.
Isolation.
The condition of being alone or lonely, the act or state of separation between persons or groups.
Examples:
Isolation booth. The country's isolation. That incident led to his isolation.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Diversity.
The quality or fact of many different types of things or people being included in something, a range of different things or people.
Examples:
The diversity policy of the university. Lingual diversity. He was impressed by the range and diversity of the collection.
Strength.
The quality or state of being physically, or sometimes mentally, strong.
Examples:
Strength of the economy. Muscular strength. Health and strength are, above all, gold.
Predictable.
Capable of being known, seen or declared in advance.
Examples:
Predictable pattern. In a predictable manner. The economy becomes more volatile and less predictable.
Situ.
Short for situated, meaning located or placed in a particular position or circumstance.
Examples:
Ex situ conservation. In situ control. Melanoma in situ is considered the earliest stage of melanoma and has a high cure rate with appropriate treatment.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Incredible.
Unbelievable, extremely large.
Examples:
Incredible amount. At incredible speed. Her response revealed incredible idiocy.
Artistic.
Of or relating to art or artist, satisfying aesthetic standards and sensibilities.
Examples:
An artistic photograph. Called promising entrepreneurs often have a high artistic sensibility.
Generation.
All the people born and living at about the same time, regarded collectively, the production of heat or electricity.
Examples:
Generation gap. The generation of electricity. The younger generation has different values and beliefs than the older one.
Fulfill.
To meet the requirements or expectations, to achieve or realize.
Examples:
Fulfill a contract. Fulfill a lifetime dream. It was the first time for her, but she fulfilled the role of priest.